Hi everybody, welcome to Live with Chaudhry. I'm here in Dublin for SLAS Europe. I'm delighted to be on the Automata stand with Matthew Keegan, who's Head of Applications. He's going to tell me a little bit more about Automata and also what you've been talking to delegates about this week. So first of all, Matthew, it's lovely to see you, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks.
It's good to see you. Now, this is day 2, so how has the first day, or how has the exhibition gone for you so far?
So it's been a really interesting one because, we're in this odd post-pandemic world where people are still a little nervous about coming out to big shows like this, and I just find it really heartwarming and reassuring that folks are getting out, looking at what's out there and really moving on from a difficult past 2 years.
Fantastic. Now, tell me a bit more about Automata in terms of what you do.
Yeah, so Automata is an interesting one because we've been around for about 6 years, but we started off in industrial automation. So you would have seen us in the factories of Porsche or Fiat or Boeing or Nestle, and we were solving big, tough sort of engineering projects for them. And then as we came into the pandemic, we started getting a flood of inquiries for lab automation. It's something we'd been aware of but never really delved too much into. And it wasn't until the National Health Service in the UK reached out to us and said, we've got a crippling problem. We need to test 100,000 patients a day in the south of England using a brand new technology, and we just don't know how to scale it. And so we worked really closely with them over a period of 12 months, and we created this, and this is the sample reformatter. Eva is our 6-axis robot, and that's the robot that we brought to industrial automation. But then we also brought our industrial automation heritage to the life sciences. So the uncapper that you see in there is actually built by us in conjunction with a German company who more traditionally make things for BMW, for example. The system takes a cap off a patient's tube, which would have contained saliva, and the system is uncapping and then taking a pipette tip, aliquoting from there, and then dispensing 50 microliters into a plate. And then it goes on to another process further down the stream, which then results in a patient getting a test in around 4 to 6 hours. By the time we had finished, the lab had actually been able to have a capacity of almost 96,000 a day, and was testing patients from all over the country, and especially children with special needs as well, who found the swabs very invasive.
That's fantastic. And you said you've got other equipment here that you demonstrated as well.
Yes. So we started off with this device.
Yeah.
I'll take you over to where we are now. So after we worked with the NHS, along with others, we realized that there was a real need in lab automation for standardized product components around automation. And so this is our new setup. This is the lab bench. You'll see that they are individual components, and they have the same footprint as a standard scientific lab bench. And they break down into 3 main components. The first is the top deck, and this is where you would put any instrument. Automata is completely device agnostic. We don't make lab instruments, but we do integrate with them.
Right.
So we have a huge library of software drivers that allow us to talk in both ways to these machines and to be able to issue them with commands and receive data back from them. Right. We then have a transport layer here. And this allows the samples to be able to move backwards and forwards throughout the system while the machines are all in use on the top deck. So it brings you this tremendous power of parallelization. And the final one obviously is our robot, which is able to machine tend the scientific equipment as well as run on a rail in the front and be able to move from bench to bench and to give you a lot of flexibility. And you can have these set out in a straight line or an L, a U, back to back, because we realized that one of the most important things for labs was space. When space is, several £1,000s per square meter, particularly in central London, you want to make sure you're using it effectively.
That's fantastic. Now, this is the last day of the show. So where can people meet Automata and other events?
Yeah, so we have an event coming up in just a few weeks' time, which is in Basel in Switzerland. And then you can also visit us anytime at our lab in King's Cross in London as well.
Oh, fantastic. And if you're not able to do that, where else can you get more information?
You can go to automata.tech and feel free to reach out to us to find out more about how to automate your lab.
Well, Matthew, thank you very much for giving me that demo of 2 instruments. That's really interesting.
Pleasure.
There you go, viewers. So if you want to know more about Automata, if you're at Future Labs in Basel in June, then make sure you check out their booth. You can also meet them on LinkedIn.
Yes.
And go to their website as well. So enjoy the rest of the show.
Lovely. Thanks very much.
Enjoy the party tonight as well.
Lovely. Great to see you.
And viewers, thank you very much. Until next time, stay well and stay safe. Bye-bye.